Talking about the by-election.
Right, that's why you were.
Reform UK. Nah, is that just me? They're running scared. Know what I mean?
Who?
Labour.
My fucking balls.
What do you think of Nigel Farage himself?
Can I swear?
It begins with W and it ends in R.
How would you describe Hamilton as a town?
It used to be beautiful, now it's a derelict. Derelict.
You're a young guy, grew up in Hamilton. What opportunities would you say there were for young people around here?
There's not many really at all. I mean, the shops are shut and there's nothing here.
Jobs themselves are hard to come by.
You'd have to go to Glasgow or to Edinburgh, and for many people that's just unaffordable.
They've run the place down and down and down, and now they're struggling with money so much that last year they were willing to cut funding for school buses, which then meant that kids were having to walk for an hour into school. I remember seeing protests by parents and teachers against the council. It's mental that a council would turn around to arguably the one piece of society that should be constantly protected and then say, by the way, you're having to walk for an hour into school every day when you had a bus. It's just complete stupidity.
Say about Wish on the neonatal unit, it's looking to be downgraded by the SNP, and that's something that on the doorsteps people have been saying is a key issue for them.
Every year or so you get like leaflets in and stuff like that saying, oh, we've gotten 40 million for investment into the town centre. I don't know where it goes.
Are you voting on Thursday?
Yes.
Who are you voting for?
My family of Labour.
You've been knocking on doors for Labour this campaign. What made you want to get involved with the Labour Party?
Well, David Russell, our candidate, is a local champion. He's from Quarter, which is just a village just outside Hamilton. He's never ran for office before as well, and if you look at the other candidates, SNP and Reform, I'm scared of the chaos and division that they bring to Scotland. One wants to divide us, one wants to tear us away from the UK, so that's something I'm worried about.
Why are you voting Labour?
Because Labour, it's a lesser of 3 or 4 evils.
You sound fed up.
I don't like being one of those people that says it, because I'm interested in politics, I really am. I was away at a hustings run by a group called No Cuts Lanarkshire, who don't want any cuts for the council, and they you had the SNP candidate Katie Loudon, and you had the Greens candidate, you had the Scottish Socialist Party candidate, and then the Labour candidate and the Tory candidate. To be fair, the Tory candidate did show up, but then stood up and said, since the Labour candidate isn't here, I'm walking out, and just left the thing. And the Liberal Democrat candidate didn't show up. So, I wouldn't be... I don't blame people for being fed up with politics, because it just seems purely in this by-election, other than maybe the SNP candidate, the Green candidate and the Scottish Socialist candidate, it's just purely a way of getting into power almost.
You're not going to vote.
No. Why aren't you going to vote?
Because this thing's going to change. This town is empty.
You've got to vote.
There's no shops.
You've got to vote.
No, there's no shop.
Don't be stupid, Calvin. For God's sake, you've got to vote.
There's no shops opened. So, what are you going to do for us? That's what we need to know.
Have you ever voted?
No, never.
Why?
Why should I vote? Who's going to change things?
I mean, David Russell just behind us, he has refused to show up to any hustings or public events where he has to speak to people. All you see is, I'm David Russell, I came from Hamilton online, and that's it. And you see Anna Sarwar with him going, no, David Russell's your candidate. And then it's 20 different cuts of David Russell saying 2 or 3 words. It's just complete nonsense that a candidate isn't willing to go and speak to the public and debate his opponents to be able to win the confidence of the people.
If I can tell you something, right, I'm going back to the 1960s here, right? See this street here, on its own? This was a 2-way street with traffic, right? My dad drove a double-decker bus up and down these hills, right? And there were hundreds of shops. There were 5 shoe shops at least. 4 tailors at least. The only place you can go now and buy clothes is there.
Yes, correct.
Right.
For a man.
Aye.
For a man, all we can do now is
Yes.
Primark.
Yes.
Or
Asda.
Next. Or
Asda.
JD.
Did you see Nigel Farage was in Larkhall yesterday?
No, I couldn't go to see Nigel Farage.
He was supposed to be in Hamilton, was he? But I don't think he came, or did he come?
There's journalists waiting for him at the Premier Inn and he just never came.
Is that what it was? I did see that yesterday and I thought, well, maybe I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It depends on your view, I suppose.
Would you like to?
I would have liked to.
What do you like about him?
Nothing.
It does not have a clue about any political nuances that he needs to bring forward to the table in Scotland.
It's the Brexit. I mean, is his fault because we are out of the Europe and now we're paying the consequences and now everybody's mourning, you know?
Especially with the racist campaign that's been going on, targeting our leader Anna Sarber, that's something that is really worrying.
What have you made of that, of all those attack ads against Anas that have made real hay out of his Pakistani background?
It's disgusting. There's no place in Scottish politics like that. It's terrible, and it just shows what Reform bring to the table. They just bring bigotry and racism.
There's no place for it. I mean, we all know that. It's just...
Do you think that'll catch on?
Here?
Aye.
I'd hope not. I would hope not. I think Scots always think that they're a wee bit above everything else, you know. I don't know. But personally, obviously, the groups that I'm in and people that I know don't buy it whatsoever.
Reform UK. Nah, is that just me?
Do you like them?
I do, mate, I do.
Why?
Oh, it's not my thing.
No, you're
because
for
man,
that.
I think they're straight talking, man. See the shit that I think they've got to do, mate. They've got to say that 100%. The stuff they're saying, they've got to come in and do it. And that's why Labour now is running shit scared. Do you know why they just built the wee office up there?
Aye.
No, because they're running terrified. The Stonehouse on the Hamilton by-election. They're running scared. Know what I mean?
Who?
Labour.
My fucking balls.
I can understand why people move to Reform, because it's not that I agree with them in any sense, just to clarify, but I understand that traditional politicians, whether it be Labour or Conservative, have failed them, whether it be 14 years of Tory austerity, which I'm sure all your viewers already know, or what the lack of promised change that Labour said they were going to deliver, which I never really thought under Starmer you were going to get, because he seems to me like a career politician that even 4 years away from a potential election is acting as though the election's like a month away or something like that. Like, imagine being a Labour Prime Minister and cutting $5 billion in disability funding. $5 billion. I couldn't imagine Blair or Brown ever doing that, and if they did, that'd be a surprise to me. I can imagine then, as a working class person, having to raise a family and having a 2-child benefit cap on yourselves and constantly being told by a government that they're having to bear the brunt of them increasing defence spending, increasing health spending. I can understand then thinking, well, that's an establishment party. The establishment party before them have, well, bent me over pretty much. Who else do I have? And then you see Nigel mouthing off going, oh, well, listen, I'm a man of the people, despite being effectively a millionaire. Then turning around and saying, oh, I'm a man of the people, I'm going to bring the change that you want, and then pinning it on immigrants rather than, well, the wealthy class who are exploiting the working people. It just, from my point of view, I don't understand turning to Reform, but can I understand why people would decide to and like pick an easy target for it? Absolutely.
This is my last question for you. If all the candidates for this by-election were standing in front of you, what is one thing they could promise you that would swing your vote towards them?
I would say to just do what you say you're going to do, and make it not so political, but more kind of people in Hamilton. It's an old town. People have been here. Like, you'll probably see yourself walking about, like, the houses are old, people have been here for a long time and they want to see change work for them. So I think if you're going to say you're going to change for Hamilton, change for Hamilton.